Hey everybody, I'm Pittensbarger. We're here at SEMA Central, SEMA 2015, and I don't really need to introduce the guy standing on my left. He is the one and only Richard Petty, the King. How are you today, sir?
Doing great, man.
It's great to see you again this year.
Glad to be here with you, man.
Behind us, one of the most iconic cars ever, but you know what? A lot of us that are NASCAR nuts like myself, this car only went 7 laps, Richard. What happened here? What happened?
It just went 7 laps at Daytona.
At Daytona,
yeah,
I know.
Won 5 other races after that. Okay.
Well, I was wondering the story about what happened. What happened on that 7-lap day? Do you remember that?
The motor didn't keep up with the car. It wasn't a good day. But Pete Hamilton had a sister car to this one and went on and won the 500. So Petty Enterprise had a good day that day.
You did have a good day, and I know that car went on to win a lot of races, and it's great to see a lot of people come up and ask this. You know, they look at it, it's not a replica, it's not something that somebody built. This is the real car.
Yeah, this is the one that did the Cars movie. This is Mr. the King. Okay?
The King.
And all the kids see, they know Mr. the King. They don't know Richard Petty, but they know Mr. the King, okay?
Well, let's talk a little what's going on at Petty Garage. You know, building some cool Mustangs. I got you guys got a fleet of Mustangs in there. You're gonna be doing some great stuff at the garage this year.
Yeah, we're doing a bunch of. I think we got about 300 Mustangs coming out this coming year. Did 143 this past year, and you know, we're here now working on some Dodge stuff. Okay, you know, trying to see what we can do to make them look like the 500. This is a Plymouth. And the Dodge had the nose and stuff like that, and so we're trying to copy. We got to look at the Plymouth to see what it was, and then try to make it look like more like the Dodge did.
Well, it's great. Now, isn't it fun to sit here? I was watching you guys, you and Ed over there, doing some design cues on what's going on. I mean, that's got to be very, very exciting.
Well, it's exciting to me. You know, I guess he does it all the time. And I say, "What about this?" He said, "Yeah, that's better than mine." And I'd say, "Well, that's better than mine." So anyhow, we're going to work it out here and see what we come up with.
It'll be out some fun. Now, I got to ask, as an avid NASCAR fan, I watch Kansas, and there was something that happened over the weekend. I got to ask you, what do you think about them parking Matt?
Yeah, you know, from my standpoint, I watched both races. I said both races. The deal in Kansas, Matt had done everything he could to block the car. And so he finally didn't get him blocked. He got in his way. Okay. Then we go to Martinsville, and on one of the restarts, the 22 and the 2 car was up front, and they got to banging around and Kansas car got caught up in it, and the 2 car got caught too, and that just. In other words, I think he sort of about halfway forgot about Kansas. Well, it was in his mind, but he wasn't going to do nothing about it. But once the incident that happened in Martinsville, he just flared up, and he went a little berserky there for a little while.
Well, I can tell you one thing, it's going to be great, because one thing I think is going to happen is when everybody's waiting for the next race at Texas, I think we're going to see twice as many fans, because anything that's good for the sport is good for all of us.
Yeah, but they can't do that kind of stuff at Texas. They run 200 mile an hour. That don't work.
I think they might get a little less jumpy to do a little pushing and shoving out of Texas. Now, what do we get now? Besides this, now, are you excited about some of the stuff going on at SEMA this year? I mean, you've been walking around a little bit. I mean, the crowd loves you. Everybody wants to talk to you. What is it like being? I wish I could know what it's like to be Richard Petty at SEMA.
We've been coming out here for, I don't know how long SEMA's been coming, but we've been coming 20, 25 years, ever how long they've been doing it. And every year it just gets bigger and better. You know, I was walking through a while ago and told the guy, anything anybody can think of is here. You know, I mean, it's just flipping real. And I told him he's going to have to go out in the desert, just clean the desert out to put all these people. Everything's getting so full, they ain't got a place to put everything.
That is great. Yeah. Now, what we're doing here, now you're obviously involved with some of the design stuff we're doing here, and it's kind of exciting to see SEMA really show off what they can do. The rapid prototyping, the design of the car, they're going to measure this entire car. I mean, this is history. I walked over and I just kind of felt it for a little while, kind of just felt it vibrate for a little while. But it's kind of neat to be a part of what has been so much racing history in your life, come to even technology that's in 2015.
Yeah, it's just really unreal. What we're going to do is we're going to look at this car here, and you know, with the Challenger, we're trying to put a nose on it. You know what I mean? And so we take this car and everything's got to be shrunk up. Okay, and we're trying to make it look a little bit more like the Dodge did in '69. But we got to start with something. So this was the closest thing we had. So I think they're going to do the outside deal and sort of show what it is, and then we'll cheat it up and try to put it on the challenge.
Well, it's great to have you, Richard. You know what? We're going to check back in with you for a little while. We're going to let you get back together with Ed and go over this stuff. But how about everybody in SEMA Central? It has nothing to do with me. It has to do with this man right here, Richard Petty. Give him a round of applause, everybody.
Thank you, guys. Appreciate it. Thank you.